What y'all got going? What y'all got going? Check this out. Snax on Sportz. I'm back with another one. I was trying to set up outside real quick, but it's kind of raining a little. It ain't raining, but it's sprinkling. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to stand out there while it's coming down. But anyway. Snax on Sportz. We back with another one. Now check this out. Draymond Green got the podcast show now. You know what I'm saying? It's called the Draymond Green Show. You know what I'm saying? And it's called the Draymond Green Show. It is presented by The Volume. That's Colin Cowherd. FS1's Colin Cowherd got his own little, kind of podcast network where he, giving niggas their own shows and shit. So the Draymond Green Show, his show come on, I believe once a week. You know what I'm saying? And he bring on guests, mostly athletes. And this week's guest is Steph Curry. And so I haven't seen the full interview yet. It come out today. You know what I'm saying? It's probably already out right now, but I haven't seen the full interview. But it's been clips floating around, you know what I mean, on the internet and stuff like that. So one of the clips I seen earlier was Draymond Green had posed a question to Steph. You know what I'm saying? And that question was, and this question right here is for, this is a question that he asked to Steph, but I'm going to give my opinion on it as if I am Steph, or if I was in Steph's shoes, or if I was in the Warriors' shoes, or the franchise, or just Dub Nation, Warriors fans in general. This is for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think, whoever see this video. But the question to Steph was, would he trade the 2 championships in 2017 and 2018 for the 2016 championship, which was the year that we went 73-9, 73 wins, the most one game, surpassing the 96 Chicago Bulls for most wins in a single season. But ultimately, due to unforeseeable circumstances, and help from the motherfucking NBA, we lost that finals in Game 7 of the NBA Finals to the Cleveland Cavaliers after being up 3-1. So basically, it's like, so the question is, would he trade the 2 championships that followed after the 2016 loss? So because of that loss, then we got Kevin Durant, and then we went on to win. We went on to 3 consecutive championships, three more consecutive championships. Once we got KD, and we won the first 2, we went back to back. So would he change those? Would he swap those last 2 championships with KD out to have that championship in 2016? So that means, if we going back in history, that means we would have the 2015 championship, which was the first one, and then we would have went back to back 2016 and 73 and 9. And the reason why, obviously that's significant. Now, so the thing is, just on face value, would you say just upon face value, one would say that who would exchange 2 championships for 1? That's stupid. That's dumb than a motherfucker. Right? And that's true. That is dumb. However, when you put context to it, okay, then it makes a little more sense. And so, no, I wouldn't just trade 2 championships for 1, but if that 1 championship would happen to be a championship that's so legendary that it would, because all championships last forever. You won a championship. But some are, there's levels to, to this. You know what I mean? To be able to win the most games in a season and then cap it off with a championship, the Warriors would have been coronated as the greatest team of all time. You know what I'm saying? They would have, to most people, they would have surpassed the 95-96 Bulls. To me, I still don't know if they would have surpassed, I don't know. Because you got to think at that point, then that would mean that they wouldn't have no losses. You know what I'm saying? And then, but anyway, before I go, too far off. So that was the question that Draymond Green posed to Steph Curry. Would you swap out the 2017 and 2018 rings for that, to have that 1 ring in 2016 because of how legendary it would have been? Like I said, all of them is legendary. If you win a championship, that's legendary. But it's a more of a legendary fashion if you can do, because what it is, it's equivalent to the 2007 Patriots. Now, they actually went undefeated, but, when you're comparing a 16-game season to an 82-game season, going 73-9, playing 82 games and winning 73 of them and only losing a single-digit games, which is 9. That's, essentially, that's, in the NBA, that's essentially that's a perfect season. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going 82-0 and shit. That's just unheard of. You feel me? So, but shit, they got damn near close. But, so, and the fact, and now that I bring up the Patriots, I say, even though this is about, the Warriors and that 2016 loss to the Cavs, I pose the same question for Tom Brady. You know what I mean? And Patriot Nation. You know what I mean? And a lot of those Patriot players. And I'm gonna get to my answer. What I would. So I'm not Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? I can't get inside his head and answer it for him. You know what I'm saying? But that's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna answer it for him and act like I'm him. You know what I mean? And put myself in his shoes. Me? Now, Steph answered the question, and the answer that he gave, it was pretty diplomatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, Steph is not gonna, there's one thing about Steph, is like, he's my favorite player in the NBA. I feel like he's, if not the best player in the NBA, top 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? But he's like Brady in his interviews, to where they don't as an interviewee, it's not very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to say nothing to, you know what I mean? And so he played it correct, because it's a bit of a tricky answer here, because so Steph said, basically Steph said no, he wouldn't, ultimately, because 3 is greater than 2. But I think deep down that he would, because if you listen to the answer, he thought about it. He thought it wasn't just a defiant, I ain't, you know what I mean? Hell nah, I ain't, I'm gonna take 3. The reason why he ultimately said, that he would take the 3, but he thought about it hella much, and he wavered on his answer a little bit, is because basically it will come off as being like disrespectful to Kevin Durant, and Steph just ain't gonna. He's just not gonna do that. He's not gonna give an answer that's gonna come off as being, as trying to like slight another player or throw somebody else under the bus or, throw shade at somebody. He's just not gonna do it. That's just not how he is. So, but I think deep down, so basically essentially what I'm saying is he lying. You know what I'm saying? And it's like half of me, it's like I feel like he lying, but he ain't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't, so for me, if I'm Steph Curry, I'm like this, or if I'm Tom Brady. And so my thing is, like, for Steph, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm taking away those 2 rings in 2017 and 2018. So, so that means if how we know it now in reality is they won a championship in 15, 17, and 18. So with this theoretical right here, you know what I'm saying? That means they would have championships in 2015 and 2016. So, and then we wouldn't know what would have happened after that. You know what I'm saying? Would they have won another championship? Would they have won 3 in a row? Would they have not won no more championships? Would Kevin Durant still have came, or would he? Would he have not? But for me, I'm saying fuck that. Give me the 2016 championship because I would have back-to-back championships. Okay, which rarely happens. You know what I mean? It's happened. A three-peat is even more rare. But, back-to-back has happened, Pistons, Lakers, Warriors, and a few more, a few more others. I think, did the Celtics do it? I'm not sure if the Celtics. Well, yeah, the Celtics did it with Bill Russell and shit, but I'm talking about the 80s Celtics. I'm not sure. I don't think the Celtics of the 80s went back-to-back. They might have. If so, it was like 84 and 85, but I don't think they did. You feel me? But so the Rockets, you know what I mean, in 94, 95, the Bulls. So they would have had it. So, but it's still rare, you know what I mean? It's less rare than the three-peat, but it's still rare. So anyway, you would have back-to-back championships. So you would have 2 championships, and you would have the greatest single season in NBA history. And on top of that, it take away rings from Kevin Durant. And I'm all for that because I'm sorry, but I heard somebody talking about this on the radio earlier, sports talk radio, 95.7 The Game. A caller called in, and I totally agree with him. And y'all know if y'all go back and look at some of my other videos, you know what I'm saying, from Snax on Sports, you know what I mean? Like, subscribe, share, all that. You feel me? But it hella bothers me that there's a narrative and a notion that, like, Kevin Durant came and saved the Warriors. Like, that's actually, like, it bothers me because it's laughable, bro. It's totally fucking laughable. Like, how do y'all just throw out the fact that y'all say this nigga came over here and saved us, but y'all throw out the fact and totally just throw it under the rug and put it away that the Warriors already won a championship, had already been to 2 consecutive finals, the most wins in a single season. They had a player that was the best in the league and back-to-back MVPs and won the second MVP unanimous, the first ever to do that. And not on top of that, Kevin Durant didn't have no rings, and we beat Kevin Durant in that second year to get to the finals after being down 3. Like, if anything, we saved him. He came to us. So the whole narrative of Kevin Durant came over here to save us. Like, that, to me, that's just a lot of motherfuckers that just, like, bro, if you truly, really understand the game of basketball and know what the fuck you talking about, like, you know that when Kevin Durant came over here, he really didn't have to. So it looks up on the naked eye like he was the best player. because he made a few big shots in the finals and shit like that and all that. But Steph Curry was right there with him. And not only that, the culture was already established. It was already a championship culture. All he had to do was come in and just play. And just play ball and put the ball in the basket. I always say that our team, the team was so dope and was so great. It was already a championship team. We could have got a player of lesser caliber than even Kevin Durant and still won the championship. I still even think even that next year, even if we didn't get Kevin Durant, they would have came back and won the championship that next year in 2017 anyway. Just like the Spurs won a championship in 2014 after they felt like they choked that shit away in 2013 to the Heat, and they should have won it when Ray Allen hit that shot and all of that other shit. And they came back the next year with a vengeance and blew the motherfucking Heat out by a record margin in the NBA Finals. That's the exact same thing the Warriors was going to do. People got this so-called, like this notion that all of a sudden that because the Cavaliers won that finals, that all of a sudden that was it for the Warriors. Like that was the moment that they knew they could no longer beat LeBron James. Bullshit. We had already beat him the year before, and we was up 3-1 in this motherfucking finals. So like that shit just like, and that's what makes me mad, because y'all try to prop LeBron up to be like, bro, he had to do all that cheating and getting niggas suspended and begging to the NBA to get niggas suspended to win that championship. Come on, man. This nigga got a team up with niggas, want all the players, all the good players in the league on his team, don't want to compete and all that, but y'all want to give this nigga all the credit like he did. Man, fuck out of here. So that's why I ultimately say I would take that 2016 championship, because it would also take 2 rings away from Kevin Durant. Yeah, I'm petty like that. Yeah, I want to, because, and who knows, that nigga might have still came over here like a bitch ass nigga. You feel me? And jumped on the bandwagon, nigga. After we won, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, he might have still came over here. But if I'm being honest though, you know what I mean? All bullshit aside, if we would have won in 2016, I really don't think he would have came. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it worked out in our favor. You know what I mean? Anyway, but I'm sorry. I would rather have that 2016 championship. You know what I mean? So that would be 2 rings back to back. And then we still got our whole, got them niggas' whole careers ahead of them, but they were still young at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I would want that 2016 one. And so yeah. If that means that if we never would have won another championship, that we end off with 2 championships instead of 3, I'm cool with that. Because like I said, you take them rings away from Kevin Durant as well. And now it ain't this whole fake narrative about he came and saved us and he still don't got no rings. You know what I mean? So who knows what happens. You feel me? And like I said, it's the same thing with Tom Brady. I'm sorry. If you ask Tom Brady, would he give away one of his rings in order to get that 2007 championship? He might tell us no, because 7 is more than 6 and he got 7 right now. But man, I think deep down he would. Because it's like, bro, okay, you would have had, if you do it that way, you got 6 rings instead of 7. But you got 6 rings, and one of them is an undefeated season, bro. 19-0. Like, you still would be the GOAT. You still would have the most rings. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sorry. Give me that 2007 ring, and at this point in 2022, I'll have 6 rings instead of 7. I mean, that's just me, though. That's just me. Because certain rings in certain years is more legendary. It damn near count, but it would damn near count for two. It would only count for one, but bro, it would be like those two losses, right? Because Tom Brady is my favorite player. Okay, San Francisco 49ers are my favorite team. Been my favorite team for life. But Tom Brady has been my favorite player for almost 20 years now. You know what I mean? Almost, probably not the whole time you've been in it, but you know, I'll probably say since about they second championship in 03, he been my favorite player. They won their first one in 01. Then in 02, they didn't even make the fucking playoffs. And then they won back-to-back in 03 and 04. But yeah, man, I'm saying that I forgot why I said that. I was saying that for I was saying Tom Brady my favorite player for a reason, but I forgot. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm saying give me that 2000. Oh, that's why I was saying, because 2016 Warriors and 2007 Patriots, those are probably the most crushing losses for me in my life as a fan. And that's what I mean about 2016, bro, is that fuck Kevin Durant. I want that 2016 ring, my nigga, because, dog, I was fucking crushed. I was absolutely fucking crushed, my nigga. Like, I that's a pain. That was a different type of pain right there as a sports fan. Yeah. That was something serious. I didn't cry. I wanted to. Best believe I wanted to, but I ain't crying no shit. But I felt like I was crying inside, motherfucker. Like that 2016 loss, bro. That's some shit that I'll never forget, bro. Like, cause it was like. And then even when the game was over, bro, it still didn't even seem real, bro. Like on some real shit. I'm like, wait, hold on. This shit is over? We didn't win? Nah. I was in disbelief, bro. I was in straight the fuck up disbelief, my nigga. Because it's no way I thought we was gonna lose. Like, So, fuck Kevin Durant. Fuck that nigga. Give me them motherfucking rings. And then on top of that, how he left and all that. Like, nigga, you came over here and caused all this drama and then got on. Yeah. Fuck Kevin Durant. I'd rather have that 2016 ring than them other two. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. Because, like I said, it just would have been more legendary, bro. It just, you can't, it's just, you go down in history, bro. You can't take that away. Anytime they want to bring up the best teams, and I mean, to be honest with you, I'm sorry. No, they didn't win a championship that year in 2016, ultimately, because of punk ass, bitch ass LeBron James and his cheating ways in the NBA. But I'm sorry, that's still one of the greatest teams of all time. It's not, not better than they ultimately didn't win it. So, but it's still one of the greatest teams of all time, bro, because, nigga, they won 73 games that year. That's the most in a single season in history. They had the MVP of the league I'm sorry, Michael Jordan is the greatest ever. The greatest, best basketball player ever. He's the GOAT. But that one season right there, I've said this many a times. And I haven't said it in a while, but I'm remembering that I've said this. Directly following that season. That one season from Steph Curry is the single most greatest season that I personally have ever seen from any player, bro. Like, from any player. Steph Curry was off the fucking chain that year, my nigga. Like, I never seen no. Go back and look at that nigga's stats, bro. Like this, bro. The nigga shot 46% from three for the whole year. 46%, bro. Like, bro, I've never seen no shit like that in my life. And that's why it was so devastating at the end of the year, man, because it's like, we supposed to win that. But it's still one of the greatest teams of all time just because of what they accomplished that year. And it ain't like they lost in the finals, in the championship round, in the final game, in the final minutes and seconds and shit. So, one or two bounces go our way, one or two shots go our way versus them, we win that. You know what I mean? So that's still one of the greatest teams of all time. But, not only that, and I'm not saying that it's greater than other teams that have won it. It's greater than some other NBA teams that have won it. I'm sorry. That 2016 Warriors teams is going to beat some other championship teams from the past that actually won the championship. It just is what I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Not all of them, but probably most of them they beat. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they even beat that same Cavs team again if they play over, nigga. Shit, nigga, like on some real shit, bro. That if they could play that series over again and everybody's able to play all 7 games, the Warriors win that shit. Because they was the better fucking team. They just was. So, but I'm taking that 2016 championship, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and so, but and another thing about that 2016 season, and you know, the reason why that is still one of the greatest teams of all time, because that one season is sandwiched in between 2 seasons where we won a championship. You know what I'm saying? We won the championship in 15 and we won the championship in 17. And we barely lost it in that year in between in 16. So the fact that you got 2 championship teams directly on the front and back end of that 2016 season, it still count for something, because it says that, you know, we still was a championship level too, regardless of that we lost in the finals. You know what I mean? That year in 2017 and 2016, you know what I mean? It still count because we were still a championship level team that won a championship the year before and the year after. So, you know what I mean? We ultimately didn't win it that year, but you know what I'm saying? We won it the year before and the year after. So, it wasn't like we was just trash that year. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't end up. It just, you know, unforeseeable circumstances, man. You know what I mean? But that's just me. You know, Steph, you know, he answered it because he don't want to, like I said, he don't want to seem and come off as disrespectful to Kevin Durant. Because essentially that's what you said. If he would have answered that and would have been like, yeah, I'd rather take that 2016 championship, what he basically saying is, I'm willing to take those 2 rings away from Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? Because we don't know for sure, but most likely Kevin Durant don't come to Golden State if they win in 2016. Because it already went down as one of the most bitches moves that any superstar could ever make. You know what I'm saying? So imagine that nigga coming over here after we won it, and we was back-to-back champions, and we had a back-to-back MVP and a unanimous MVP, and that would have looked bad. like I said, he already looked, not to me, you know what I mean, because he came to my team, but to most motherfuckers, he already looked weak and shit because he did that. But yeah, man, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I want that 2016 ring because, like I said, it's crazy how much losses stick with you more than wins. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to lose, but when it's a heartbreaking loss, a gut-wrenching loss, I mean, everything about that 2016 was just, and I say the 2007 Patriots as well, because like I said, you throw away the opportunity to complete a perfect season, and most likely that's your one chance. That's not gonna ever happen again. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least not for maybe for another team down the line, but when you squander a chance like that, you can possibly win another championship. And that's all that matters, is really winning the championship. But you won't be able to get back to a point to where you undefeated and you got a chance to go 19-0. Now, were they setting out to go 19-0 at the beginning of the season? No, that's not what they was setting out to do. I mean, yeah, they were, because I mean, every team set out to go, at the beginning of the season, your plan is you want to go into the game and win every game. So technically, yeah, you set out to go 19-0, but not just them. That's every team. You know what I mean? But once you get into the season and you really see how good you are and how much of a chance you got, and then, you want to complete something like that. You know what I mean? And so that's what makes it. That's what makes it hurt even more, because you had an opportunity to do something super special and you squandered it. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. But for me, the Warriors 2016 finals even more so, because everything about it, like I said, you had the single season. Not only was a championship on the line, but history was on the line as far as, the single season wins record. You know what I'm saying? So you squandered that. It was in Game 7. It was at home. It was in the final moments, and it was to LeBron James. Like, that's another thing. It was to LeBron James, and we gave LeBron James a legacy moment. Like, it would have still hurt, but it would have hurt less if we would have lost to anybody else, man. But to lose to him and his wanting to be, his so thirsty to be better than Michael Jordan ass, because we gave him a legacy moment. Because for me, I knew, you still a bitch ass nigga, but I knew to the world and to the sports world, to the basketball world, to the media, they was gonna take this and this was gonna be, he's heralded as, like, and that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? And that sucks even more. You know what I mean? Now, it does make it better that out of 4 tries, in the NBA Finals, we beat him 3 times. So, yeah. But the one that he got was legendary because of all the shit that I said. Like I said, we got the unanimous MVP. We was the champions. We had the most wins in single season. We was up 3-1 in that finals. So after being down 3-1 in the previous round and almost losing and almost going out then, like, man, yeah, man, that shit is, because it's like, even though we got 3 rings, I almost think about that one loss more than the other rings, bro. more than the rings we got. You know what I mean? And that shit crazy. But so yeah, I would prefer to have 2016 because I believe they still probably would have got another ring anyway, bro. Like they wouldn't have just like they would have won that one, and then because see what happened is we had to let go of Harrison Barnes and Andre and Andrew Bogut and this and that and all these other motherfuckers to get Kevin Durant. So we had a high powered team, but we was a little less. We got a little shorter as far as depth wise, but we made it up by the fact that we had Kevin Durant. But I mean we were still deep, but the strength in numbers team from 014, 015, 015, 016. You know what I'm saying? Those was teams that was, but it was just in that final round. At the right time, everything started to go wrong. Draymond got suspended. Andrew Bogut got hurt. Andre Iguodala got hurt. Harrison Barnes chose, that the wrong time to start bricking. And people forget Steph Curry was banged up too. He had a sprained MCL that he had injured. He had injured himself earlier in the postseason. You know what I'm saying? He just ended up coming back in the second round because he was well enough to play, but he wasn't 100% healthy for the remainder of that of the postseason. And that's the reason why in the finals they thought, oh man, he wasn't able to get past Kevin Love. No, he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have all his full lateral movements because he had a fucking fucked up knee. You know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Love was shutting that nigga down and all of that other shit. Fuck out of here. You feel me? So, it is what it is, though, man. It happened the way it happened, but I think that that was a dope question to ask Steph Curry from Draymond Green, and so I just wanted to do a topic on that. They was talking about this on 95.7 The Game earlier. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do a topic on it just to give my spiel on it. But yeah, I want that championship. I'd rather have 2016 because then even if we don't win it that next year, we probably not winning 73 games, or maybe we we do. But the fact that let's say we win it in 2016, right? Then that next year they're not coming back trying to win 70 games again and all that shit because we already done that. Now we just want to, we want to still win as many games as possible, but we ain't finna go all out to try to win all these fucking games because our team got the record. So if we go for the record, we will be beating ourselves. So, and you know what I mean? So, and I say the reason why that's important to say is because maybe that next year, we don't, like I said, we're not trying to get 70 wins. We end up with like anywhere from 60 to 65 wins. You know what I'm saying? But we healthy going into the playoffs, and we, got enough, as much rest as possible that you can have going into the playoffs. So maybe we three-peat. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, if we have that 2016 ring, it takes away the pain of the loss of 2016. And even if we don't win it that next year, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't, even if we don't win it that next year, it probably wouldn't have been, it would have still sucked, you know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't have been like a legendary loss like 2016 because like I said, for the most part, we wouldn't have been chasing 70 wins. You know what I mean? So we maybe would have lost in the Western Conference Finals or got to the finals and lost in or something like that. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But it would at least took away the pain of that 2016 loss, and it also takes away Kevin Durant's rings. You know what I mean? And then we still young enough to where we still would have had another 6, 7, 8 years to contend. You know what I'm saying? So because right now in 2022, we right back into contention. We had 2 down years, and we right back. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like where they at right now with Steph being 34, Clay is, I believe, 32 or 31, and Draymond is either 31 or 30. Still young enough to where, to me, they got a window of this year, next year, and the year after that to try to win one more championship. I just want them to get one more. Just one more chip because, I mean, I want them to, I want that shit. Hopefully they win it this year, next year, and the year after that, three-peat shit. But I'm saying, I mean, shit, man, even if they don't win no more championships, bro, I'm good. They don't have nothing else to prove. They already cemented, all of them. They Steph, Clay, and Dre, Steve Kerr, this whole era is cemented. Like, they don't got to do shit else. You know what I'm saying? But it would just be so sweet and icing on the cake to get one more chip because it would be a championship before KD and a championship after. But what makes it already dope, even without one more chip, is that after KD, at least we've proven that because by getting back to where we at right now, I already knew it. I wanted KD to leave, so I was never, I always knew we would get back to being a championship contender of a type of team. You know what I'm saying? But the narrative was that once Kevin Durant leave, it's over for us. The dynasty is over, and it's all, So just the mere fact that we back, to being a championship contender, that says it all right there. That says enough right there. You know what I'm saying? We won 53 games this year after really not playing well, like, after the All-Star break. You know what I mean? We had some good moments, but it was more bad moments than good moments, like the last 25 games of the year. Now, we ended up the last 5 games of the season with a 5-game winning streak, and that's good going into the playoffs. But, you know what I'm saying? Before that, we had a few stretches there. We had lost 3-4 in a row a few times and 4 out of 5 losses and, all that type of shit. So, so I'm saying we still ended up going 53-29 with Clay missing half the season, Draymond missing like a third of the season, and Steph also missing 15-20% of the season. And we still got the third best record in the league. So, we're tied for the third best record in the league with Miami, with the Miami Heat, who is the number 1 seed in the East. So if we was in the East, we'd be the number 1 seed. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, just the mere fact that we are back to being a championship contender already. Because like I said, man, I'm born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, bro. I've been into sports, since I was in elementary school, because I've been playing sports since elementary school. You feel me? And for my whole life, before Steph Curry, Warriors, we wasn't it. I'm a lifelong Warriors fan. Now, we had good play. We had, we had the We Believe team. You know what I'm saying? But that was 1 year. You know what I mean? Now, the year after the official We Believe year, which was in 2007, either 2006, 2007, the year after that, we had a good year, but we didn't make the playoffs. It was one of those crazy years where the West was, the West is always stacked. But we was like, we went like 48-30. We had like 47 or 48 wins, bro, and didn't make the fucking playoffs because we barely missed the playoffs because the West was so stacked that year. So, and then after that, we started to go back down. So we had 1 or 2 years in the We Believe era, and we wasn't good. So we wasn't good for the whole 10 years before that. And the time we was when we had, Tim Hardaway. And so it was like the Run TMC era, like in the late 80s, early 90s kind of, right? Right? And then but that's a little bit before I was old enough to really start paying attention, right? Once I started paying attention to the Warriors, Mitch Richmond was already gone. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I started kind of paying attention around when it was like Tim Hardaway, you know, Chris Mullin, Latrell Sprewell, Chris Webber, Tyrone Hill, Billy Owens, you know, Sharunas Marshallonis, you know, Chris Gatlin and all that. Like, and so I would say that 93, I remember that 93, 94, either 92 or 93 or 93, 94 was whichever year was Chris Webber rookie year. We had a good year that year. You know what I'm saying? With Tim Hardaway at the 1, Latrell Sprewell at the 2. I believe it was Billy Owens at the 3. No. Chris Mullin at the 3, Billy Owens at the 4, Billy Owens at the 4, or was it Chris Webber at the 4, and then Billy Owens at the 5, or Tyrone Hill at the 5. Anyway, we had a little squad that year, you know what I'm saying? And they ended up playing well for that 1 year and making the playoffs. And then it was trash for like 10 years until we believed. And then we was trash for another 7, 8 years. Like the Warriors that we had, we was one of the worst teams in the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? For like 20 years, bro. No playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And then we drafted Steph Curry. And, you know, we started to see his ascension, and then it really changed once Mark Jackson became our head coach. That's when it started to turn around. Steph Curry was the root. Drafting him was the first thing that needed to happen. Drafted him, and then hiring Mark Jackson. And then from there, you started to go up. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then Mark Jackson is the one that drafted Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. You know, Mark Jackson deserves so much fucking credit for this dynasty as well. Like, this don't happen without him. You know what I mean? It's really 3 components that this don't happen without. This don't happen without Joe Lacob purchasing the team. Joe Lacob and I forget the other owner name now because he's not really as talked about like that anymore. But damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. But I know I couldn't see his face. But anyway, if Joe Lacob don't purchase the team, this don't happen. If we don't draft Steph Curry, this don't happen. And if we don't hire Mark Jackson, this don't happen. Those are the 3 things that happened where everything else was able to fall in place. You know what I'm saying? So, I say all that to say that the 3 championships we got right now, after how you know, after how bad of a franchise that we was in previous ownership, you know what I'm saying, for all of those years, you know, throughout the 90s and the 2000s, the 3 championships that we have, you know, are enough for me, even if they don't win another championship, even if they don't win no more championships. Like, they've given me like so many memories, and like I don't miss no Warriors games, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be it should be like there's gonna be a movie about this team, like a movie or a documentary, like some serious shit, like either an official movie or official doc or official documentary, like The Last Dance or something like that. Like there just has to be, you know what I mean, about the whole era, because this is just some old legendary ass shit, bro. Like, the Warriors are the team and it's crazy because it collides with, you know, LeBron's quote unquote reign or whatever, you know, but LeBron is like a solo thing because he bouncing around like a fucking prostitute all over the league. So it's like he's not really a part of like no special team, like one of the greatest teams of all time. LeBron ain't none of the championship teams that he has won a championship with will be considered as like one of the greatest teams of all time. Not even that 2016 team. You know know what I'm saying? It's just not considered as that. It's like one of those, legendary dynasty. Like, he's not a part of like a dynasty, like the Warriors, like the Lakers, like the Celtics, like the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy thing about it, is that, you feel me, our reign as the Warriors collides with LeBron's reign as the quote-unquote best player in the league or whatever. So it's funny how that worked. But yeah. So, even if they don't win no more championships, hey man, I'm good. But it just would be so sweet for them to get one more, man, because like I said, it'll be one before KD and one after KD. They would finally get it right and give Steph Curry his finals MVP. I don't even give a fuck if Draymond or Klay Thompson or Jordan Poole or somebody play better than him. Y'all owe Steph Curry a finals MVP. Period. Point blank. He should have won that motherfucker in 2015, and he could have won it in 2018 too. But and that's part of the reason why y'all talk this Kevin Durant shit, because of them punk ass finals MVP. Y'all don't realize that he was able to do all of that shit because he on the court with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond doing all that fucking facilitating. So yeah, when we give you the ball and it's time for you to just go get a bucket because we need one, yeah, you need to go do that. You ain't got to do shit else. Shit, nigga, Steph Curry got all the motherfucking players on him, double teaming him and shit. Ty Lue said it. Ty Lue said it out of his own mouth in the interview. Kevin Durant is great. This is what he said. I'm saying it verbatim, paraphrasing. Kevin Durant is great. One of the greatest player scorers of all time. But our focus was Steph Curry. He's the motherfucker that we had to blitz and trap and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you understand what that means, bro? He's saying to him, Steph Curry is so fucking deadly that he would rather just let KD go one-on-one, because they have even though it's probably gonna still beat you, you have a less chance of beating me if he do it. I know for sure you gonna beat me if this nigga Steph Curry gets going. Cause when this nigga get going, nigga, they whole team just go fucking crazy. Like, it's just, when Steph get going, bro, like, it's just the whole team just, and like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. All you gotta do, this is proven by go back and look at the numbers and the stats when Kevin Durant was here, okay? And we would have games where Steph would play, but KD wouldn't, for whatever reason, whether an injury or whatever, versus games where KD played and Steph didn't because of whatever reason, injury or whatever. The numbers prove it through whatever, offensive, defensive efficiency, win shares, win-loss record percentage, points per game, opponent points per game, field goal percentage, three-point percentage. Like, every stat across the board shows that the Warriors are essentially the same team when Steph Curry plays but Kevin Durant didn't, versus when Kevin Durant played and Steph didn't. They were still a good team, but they weren't as explosive and as much of a firepower of a team that they are with Steph Curry. Steph Curry is just something about the end. Like, it's something about, what they say, the his gravitational pull. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something about what he do when he on the court, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying, bro. That's the reason why Kevin Durant was able to win them fucking MVPs, my nigga. Like, it's how it was supposed to happen. The mission was to win championships, and they did that. Y'all motherfuckers turned it into some, who saved who and who needed who more and who was the best player and this and that. Man, it don't fucking matter. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry is 1A, 1B, whichever way you want to go. It's one of the greatest two-man tandems of all time. You know what I'm saying? Bar none. You know what I mean? You got Jordan, Pippen, essentially because of Jordan, but but Jordan, Pippen, I'm not saying essentially because of Jordan, like Pippen did his thing. He deserves everything. But I'm saying Jordan, Pippen, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, Steph, KD. I mean, it's one of the greatest tandems of all time, bro. And I know someone say, okay, well, what about KD and Kyrie right now? Well, they got to win a championship first. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't want some motherfuckers. Oh, what about LeBron and D Wade? That was I would that's one I would say that's one of the dope ones too. I can't front on that. Or LeBron and Kyrie. Yeah, Kyrie didn't really want to play with that nigga anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that one don't even really, you know what I mean? LeBron was too busy trying to little brother that nigga all the time and son that nigga all the time. And Kyrie wasn't with that. He wasn't for that. He like, my nigga, you ain't, please. Like somebody asked him one time in an interview when they was playing together, like something about LeBron James being like a father figure to him or something like that. And Kyrie looked at the reporter like, nigga, what? Father figure? What the fuck do you nigga? I got one daddy, nigga. It ain't no fucking LeBron James. What the fuck is you talking about? Ain't no fucking father figure, nigga. Y'all niggas be on that weird shit, man. How y'all be doing that shit in the media, trying to twist that shit and make these stories and all that other shit. Nah, I ain't having that. Ain't no damn father figure and all that shit. So yeah, but that's basically it, bro. You feel me? I'm finna get about this thing now. And so yeah, for me, I want that 2016 championship over the 17 and 18 championship because it's too legendary. It would have been too legendary. You know what I'm saying? You'd have been coronated as the greatest, team of all time and all that. And like I said, plus it take 2 rings away from Kevin Durant, bitch ass. You feel me? So that's basically it. And like I said, same thing. This topic ain't about Brady and the Patriots, but I say the same thing because it's like the most similar example I can come up with. That's another one because Brady is one of my favorite players of all time as well. I would give one of those, if I'm Brady, I would give one of those rings back. What are the 7 rings that I got? I would give one of those, take one of those away in order to have that 2007 perfect season in New England. Yeah, I just would. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you would still be the GOAT. You would still have the most rings. You would have 6 instead of 7. Shit, nigga. Hey, but you would have a legendary championship. So that's basically it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I mean? Tap back in with the boy, like, subscribe, share. You feel me? Snax on Sports. I ain't really tripping off the views and all that right now. Like I said, I'm just doing these, expressing my feelings, expressing my, my views, you know what I'm saying, and takes on these different topics and all that shit, just having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? So I know one of these videos will pop off and go viral or something like that, whatever, sooner or later, but I ain't even really tripping off that. You feel me? I'm just, just putting the content out. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, Snax on Sports. I'm gone. I'll be back at y'all in a minute with another one. I kind of want to talk about this play-in, you know what I mean? And just like, because it's like, man, I just recently realized and found out that like the play-in games, like the points and like the stats and shit don't even count. It don't go towards nothing. That's some fucked up shit. Y'all got to get rid of that shit. Like I would be, if I was a player, like I'd be mad as fuck, nigga. I want every nigga after the preseason is over and the regular season start. Everything after that should count. Unless it's like I said, the All-Star game, I understand, but this play-in shit, you mean to tell me, nigga, so, hey, what the fuck? Shit, nigga. If I score 60 points in a play-in game, it don't count. That's some bullshit. So I might talk about that. I kind of want to talk about that. You feel me? But I'm gone, man.